I was giving you some insight information about the position from the Hartford. A new segment that I actually want to start doing is not only giving you those jobs, but actually reviewing those jobs so that you get to see what other people are saying about those particular positions, right? So, two of the major sites that I actually do to do any type of reviews. Now, this is not what I do for companies that I am suspect of whether or not they are legit companies. This is what I use whenever I am just trying to find out information about a company, the specs about them, to see what their potential would be. Do I have a chance to grow at this company? Do you have a chance to grow at this company? So forth and so on. So the two sites that I actually do is use Indeed.com and then I use Glassdoor.com. Now, let me explain to you. You're going to see similar information on both sites because they are owned by the same company. I told you guys before that I absolutely kind of, yeah, feel some type of way about Indeed, as well as I do also feel some type of way about Glass Doors. It's a whole spill of why I feel that way. Um, and I'll get into that. Maybe I'll make another video. We'll make a video about why I feel that way. But it's a whole thing, y'all. It's a whole thing. Now the information may be legit based upon the fact that you actually have to write that information. Now, do I feel that they may be a bit biased? Absolutely, absolutely, because money is king, right? But at the same time, some of the reviews you are going to see are going to be legit reviews for the most part. So let's take a look at both sites and let's see what they say about the Hartford. Okay. So one of the things is that they are giving a star of 3.6 out of 5 stars. So let's get into why. Now, one of the major things that I do want you to remember is that the Hartford is not just this conglomerate that allows people to just work from home. They are a big mother load, okay? And to give you a little bit of understanding, is that the Hartford makes right at $10 billion a year, or more than actually $10 billion, and the company size is right at about 10,000 people that works for them. They are an insurance company, as I explained to you guys earlier. And this is their particular CEO, and he has pretty good ratings as far as his performance within the company. Right now, Indeed has posted about 335 particular positions. As you can see, they are kind of late in posting that customer relationship job that we talked about earlier. I think I posted that maybe about 2 days ago. But it is what it is. And with this one, you can see what their jobs that are opening and based upon what particular category, right? They actually tell you what the salaries that are going for. So their customer specialists are going right at about 34, 5,000, 40,000. I absolutely love this information, guys, but keep in mind, some of this information may or may not be true. This is based upon 3.2 thousand people that did it. And keep in mind, they've got about 10,000 people. So that's not even half. So they do talk about all of the benefits that you actually get with working with the Hartford, which is absolutely amazing. They even talk about their ratings over time. So in about 2018, 2019, they had great ratings. They started to dip down right about the pandemic and the lower end of the pandemic, and then they started to kind of go back up. Again, it may be that crazy rat dash during the pandemic because that's kind of about the time that we went into a pandemic. Okay. Um, Again, they kind of give you an itemized idea of what people are talking about when they're talking about the reviews. One person in Arizona said they had nonstop phone calls. Negate manager. That's just that particular location. Again, here's somebody who actually worked from home remote. They said it's a great company to work for. The team leaders are awesome and very supportive. They want their employees to succeed. Overall, it is a great career. Let's see if we find somebody else. So this is someone who did a short-term disability and leave claim analyst, and they are actually saying that it is a great insurance job. It is what you would expect out of an insurance company. They pay well, they have excellent benefit, work-life balance could be better, and training style as well. Now, let me say this to you. Other than training style, there's nothing that a company can do to make the work-life balance. That is up to you as an employee. Okay, that is definitely 1000% up to you, because what happens is, even as a supervisor or even as an ops, right? I had certain times where I just refused to answer my phone calls because nobody loved me like my family, and I was just determined that I was going to love my family. Okay, so that is 110,000% up to you as an agent. You have to decipher what your work life balance will be. Okay, and anybody that tells you something different is absolutely crazy. Yeah, you're gonna have people who are gonna email you, call you, blast you, whatever, but it is left up to you to respond to them. Okay, looking over some more reviews here. Great place to work for 30 years. Big insurance company, but becoming more remote culture due to the pandemic effect. That's true. Everybody was. Okay, first job. So this is an adjuster in Indianapolis. I'm trying to see where there's more remote. So this says, this is a actually fairly recent review. It says it can be a lot. So far, so good. The training, although helpful, needs to be longer. Whoa, 9 weeks is not enough? Huh. There's a lot that they don't prepare you for. It's something that they should look into. So the 9 weeks that I just stated, guys, is based on the fact that they just said in their post that in the previous video for them that their training is actually 9 weeks long. This person is saying, hey, 9 weeks isn't enough. And this is a fairly decent one. Now, they do have a bad one here. I did not see this one, guys. I'm actually kind of shocked that I see it coming because I fairly think that they're a really good company. Let's read it. Major change in operations lead to horrible results from employees. I have worked at the Hartford for almost a decade in the claims department for workers' compensation, and I have to put in a review of what's going on for prospecting new hires. Look elsewhere. Woo, that's brazen. I started off my career where aspirations of upward mobility and a lot of fun and great times. The culture was wonderful. Management had open door policies. Work was stressful but rewarding. There has been an immense shift in the past year with procedure leading to the decline of the claims side of the company. The amount of work began to pile up as COVID hit. Initially, it was easily taken care of in our team as we dispersed the work amongst many people to make it easier. Then it became difficult. We voiced our concerns with management, and they always indicated we were above our hiring model in terms of people. Therefore, they would not hire additional representatives to help lighten the load. This soon became a slippery slope. Our competition were slowly approaching people who had been there for decades and offering them substantial pay increases, ranging 15,000 or more. I've had that happen. As a result, team members had to bear the enormous weight of handling other people's work as well as their own and were expected to get it complete. Uh, let's see, but the Hartford, I think I missed something here, guys. This was to tell us to work on the weekends or stay later in the week. This would be a normal reaction to most industries, but the Hartford and management stressed the critical importance to work-life balance for years. In all my years, I may have worked a few weekends to catch up after PTO here and there, but they wanted. Oh, wow, this is super long. In all my years, I may have worked a few weekends to catch up with PTO here and there, but they wanted us to work on the weekends regularly. They coupled with the fact that the friendly and family-like culture changed drastically. Managers became standoffish in terms being siloed. On top of that, the career advancement opportunities were a joke, and there was zero upward mobility after a while. And then there were spots filled with promotions. Okay, guys, I don't want to read the rest of that. I'm surprised I read that much. This kind of sounds like. eh, I'll read this part. She said PTO above average 401k match. I love that. They monitor your screen downtime to the last minute, extremely stressful. I don't, lack of work-life balance. corporal cultural shift, opportunities to grow your business are rare. They will expect you to work longer hours than hired. Someone says, not for me. Training was a train wreck. They had us taking complicated insurance calls the first week, in my opinion. They set us up for failure. The calls were all from AARP who had forced to go digital. That's 2000. That's recent too. Wow. Um, old boys club. I would avoid working here. The only focus on its shareholders and not the EEE's competition and non-cooperation. Strongly, the EEE is encouraged. Say corporate. Okay, so that really doesn't have anything to do with it. Someone says stressful. Someone says no comment. So let me tell y'all what I see here. Okay, I don't think that the Hartford is a bad place to work. That is my personal humbled opinion. Shoot me in the foot if you think that I'm telling it different. I think that everybody, company wise, had to make a major shift when the pandemic happened. Nobody. Nobody knew that the world was going to change. You didn't know that you would be probably cooking hand sanitizer in your kitchen one day either. You probably didn't think that it would get to a world where everybody wanted to be remote because of the pandemic. Now, I think things are kind of sliding down a little bit because now you're starting to be able to wear masks, not to have to wear masks on planes and things of that nature. And I think that this company is that. Now, what's happened is they may have left during this time frame. I don't know if this is happening right now. I can't say. I'm not to judge. And if somebody knows or if this is still the work environment, let us know in the comment section below if it is or if it is it not. But I do think that everybody had to make a shift when it came to um those major changes in life, right? And I think that the Hartford is no different. Let's see what Glassdoor is talking about. They are super engaged on Glassdoors, which is good. 76% of everybody said they would recommend to a friend. 91% of everyone say they approve of the CEO. And this one actually has a 4.0 rating out of 5. Uh, and the pros is that they have a great work-life balance, which is posted in 283 of their reviews. The Hartford is a well-established company which provides a good work-life balance. The cons is the Hartford has its best-in-class work ethic environment. I don't know how that's a con. Work-life balance is always something someone should be evaluating. That's true. So there's a contradiction here between about 134 people and 283 people are saying that maybe the work life balance. So, one of the things that I like about Glassdoor's new review policy is they kind of tell you based upon your demographic, whether your race, gender, sexual orientation, disability, all that, what your rating would be because they kind of make you sign into an account to give them a rating. All right. So about Asians gave them a 3.6, Hispanics 4.0, blacks gave them a 3.2, whites gave them a 3.7. Sexual orientation, heterosexuals gave them a 3.7, LGBTQ plus gave them a 3.2. And let's see if it's a good environment for parents. Parents gave them a 4.2. Caregivers said absolutely not. That is the lowest review I've seen in a long time. 2.6. If they are neither not a parent or caregiver, it gave them a 3.4, which is pretty average. Are they veteran friendly? They seem to be so with the 7 people who actually did a review. They actually gave them a perfect score. Non-veterans still at about that 3.6 rating, guys. And so let's move on to a few of those reviews. Somebody in Scottsdale, someone in Chicago. I'm trying to find people who may have worked remotely. They are not giving it here. So let's just read a few of them. Meeting and events. So they kind of recommend the CEO approval, business outlook. They're not as open as far as reviews as far as Indeed is. Even though there's the same company, as I stated before, their review process is a little bit different. That's why I actually use both sites when I'm reviewing a company. Okay. Let's see. The Hartford is driven, family oriented. So they actually have some fairly good reviews. I'm not seeing anything too bad here on Glass Doors. solid. They do not approve of the CEO, which is something that most people did. They gave them a 3.0, extremely underpaid compared to competitors. I can agree. It is a good place. You won't regret it. Love. So this person absolutely adored them. Um, this person say they just was hired, good pay Monday through Friday, later shift, metric driven company, as most companies are. I don't know. Sometimes you look at reviews and you go, all companies are metric driven. I'm sorry, especially in the insurance industry. Everything's based upon metrics. Employee friendly, great company, great company. So here on Glassdoors, they are really raking it in. Absolutely doing an amazing job here on Glassdoor. They again have that 4.0 or excuse me 4.0 review out of 5. So again, they love them on Glassdoor. Indeed, yeah, they kind of did, they kind of didn't. They just had some people had maybe a more personal perspective of their experience with the Hartford. Again, my personal opinion is that I don't think that it is a bad company to deal with. I truly have heard far worse reviews, and as we start to do this series all over again, you will believe me that you're gonna find companies that you apply for on a regular basis have trash reviews. Some of the big boys have trash reviews, and it's not to sway you, but it is. Some jobs are just kind of like quickie jobs. Not how you thought that I said that, but some jobs are just jobs that you kind of get for just a time being, and you don't really stay there. Okay, you don't really stay there, and the Hartford is one of those places that, as you see, the people that are actually kind of fussing or doing a lot of their squabbling are people who are probably gone on, but they had worked there 10 years or so. So it shows longevity in the company, and it shows that the company is safe and sound. Where other insurance companies, they're a revolving door of people. They are not investing in their people. They're not doing any of those. And I think the Hartford is that. You let me know what you think about based upon all the reviews that we've gone over. Let me know in the comment section. After everything, would you apply to the Hartford? Do you think they're a stable company? Do you think that I have completely lost my mind and saying, yeah, I would still work there? That is left up to you. Let me know in the comment section. I'll be down there swinging and trying to defend them as I can. You have a good, wonderful day. Until the next video. Bye bye.